Hello and welcome to all of our viewers from around the world. We have quite a game in prospect here, just waiting for the players to emerge, and we will be underway. The teams then, Arsenal against Leicester. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
There's the whistle. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
I would say the embodiment of consistency, Fabrizio Colaccini, an organiser and leader and someone who sets the example for work rate and wholehearted effort, which is always appreciated, and usually everybody else responds to it too.
Well, quite no argument from me on that one. Diego Costa looks to slip it through, and he's there to cut it out. Leicester boast this fantastic record away from home. They have won on every single trip this season. How good is that?
The only word I can come up with is sensational and probably historical. Can they keep it going until the end of the season? It's possible, but not.
The shot's on! Goal! The breakthrough strike! Costa versus the keeper, and only one winner.
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
Leicester take the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the number one contender, and he's done it again.
Hoists it high. That intervention was very necessary. Tries a through ball. Hits one! Oh, surely that deserved better.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Thuram. So they got the only goal to give them a one. And Vardy! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. Well, there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
I'm sure they'll be very happy with their first half performance and the scoreline. They'll definitely want to maintain their momentum now and finish the job.
Leicester are going to have the lead in a tight old game. Half-time, 1-0. Already up and running for the second half. Leicester carry a one-goal lead into the second half. Leicester have been defending beautifully lately. That shapes the shoots!
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
So they're just not getting too tight?
Yeah, they know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot busier.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur. It's gone out for a throw-in. Costa battles to win it back. Over to the left. Now here's the through ball. Great leap! Oh, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
No, that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. It's come loose. Vardy, played out to the right. Time to deliver. Has a hit! They've done it! A two-goal cushion, and it's looking safe. Lovely goal, perfect poise to set himself for the strike. Leicester take a 2-goal lead and things should be comfortable from here on in.
Well, that second goal has given them so much more command and confidence now, and they should be able to take it on from here and either add to...
Can he finish? Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
He'll be fuming with himself for not converting. He could have killed it off.
It so nearly came off for him.
Well, Peter, I think it's fairly obvious he's one of the biggest influences out there.
Arsenal look as though they're about to make a change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Gets it back. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. He's got away. Vardy with a shot! Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Leicester have won it, as much industry as inspiration. Whatever the formula, it has worked for them. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Of course, we all love to watch the creative side of the game and goal scorers, but there's an art to good defence too, and their organisation and discipline.
So a warm welcome to you all. We will be underway very shortly once all the pleasantries are complete. And our live game is Leicester against Huddersfield. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Off we go then. Leicester are the most prolific team in the league this season. Robinho. Costa hit long and direct. Vardy gets flagged offside.
Yeah, you'll have to practice a little more patience before deciding to run. It can make all the difference.
Huddersfield are very much in free-scoring form of late. Goals in each of their last 5 games. Forward it goes. Hoists it high. Costa beats the offside trap. He'll have a dip! They've scored! Finishing doesn't come simpler than that. Bang in front of goal.
Well, he made it obvious as to where the pass should be played, Peter, and it made the finish look that bit easier.
Leicester go ahead, 1 goal to the good. Vardy passes it through. He's had a shot! They've scored! And they are disappearing out of sight. You've got to say, the odds on him missing from there were very slim.
There's the obvious danger man here, and yet he was afforded way too much freedom. I think he was gifted that goal. His reputation should have been warning enough for them.
Leicester get themselves a 2-goal cushion.
Well, that second goal has given them so much more command and confidence now, and they should be able to take it on from here and either add to their lead or close it out. Surely they'll manage one or the other.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Well, they say that your front lads should be that first line of stopping the opposition, and I think he's taken it to another level with his desire to get back and help everyone out.
Looks to slip it. It's Guillaume! Really well taken goal. Back within 1. They have them in their sights again. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Now that's what I call finishing. Right in the corner. He knew instinctively who was where and didn't need to waste any time weighing things up. That's a cracking goal.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have them...
And the shot! Jamie Vardy is having a party! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things, just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and the keeper had very little chance.
Leicester take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, that goal should be a big game changer. It's certainly been a big...
Heads it! And the half-time whistle goes.
Well, I would think this one is possibly over as a contest. They know they've already reached cruise control, and it's a case of the right game management to take it from here.
Leicester head in for half-time with a 3-1 lead. Here we go again then. Keeper goes long. And it's Guillaume. Guillaume with a delicate ball. Tries to get it forward quickly. And he's through. Romario! Oh, great save. Real class.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Big chance! And more and more and more! And the lead is 3! It is surely done! Lovely goal, perfect poise to set himself for the strike. He's made it 2, and no doubt he's hungry for more. Leicester cast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Costa. Mario! Leno sends that a long way. Romario. He's had a shot! Huddersfield. It's one! Keeper's got his work done.
Well, I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back page headlines there.
Changes here from both sides, in fact. Get that clear. Huddersfield, their manager. He's had a go!
Yeah, just thinking about the goalkeeper again, he really had to be at his best, didn't he?
Well read, he sorted that out. And he's there to hoof it away. Tries to dink it in, done very well to intervene. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Now it's Costa, and going for goal! And that's off target. It so nearly came off for him.
But that's the motivation and enthusiasm he shows, and the quality he produces.
Good interception. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Leicester a class apart. Opponents torn apart. They are comprehensive winners. Your reflections then, Jim?
Leicester won thanks to a disciplined game plan. Homework provided the groundwork and it exploited an obvious...
Soaking up the pre-match atmosphere here as we wait for things to get started. Won't be long now before we get through the formalities. A warm welcome, one and all. The teams then, Tottenham against Leicester. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
There's the whistle. So in 90 minutes we will be at exactly the halfway point of this season. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
I would think Son Heung-min, the South Korean. He could play anywhere in attack, but ideally his most success seems to come from wide and his incisive inward bursts. He may not yet be regarded as a great goal scorer, but he has real ambition to get there.
Okay, interesting. Leicester are having to deal not just with their opponents, but also with a congested fixture list. It's at times like this when the shot's on! Diego Costa shoots! Fletcher plays it forward. Well, we've reached the halfway point of the season, and remarkably, this perfect streak is still going. It is the time when everyone starts to talk about winter transfers, but do you think a team like this really needs to bring someone in?
Listen, not for me. This team doesn't need tampering with just yet. How can you want to change such a tremendous achievement? But I admit there's always room for a fresh face, a new influence. You've always got to have one eye on the future, I suppose.
And it's Marquinhos. It's gone out for a throw-in. Skirtle gets good distance on it. Looks like a good ball through. And he's cut it out. The accusatory stare there tells the whole story.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
That is going to be the final action of the first half. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. How would you review the first half?
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, as one side has been significantly better, at least defensively.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised. He's had a go! And that has been clubbed away. Now the pass. Leicester look as though they're about to make a change. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Fletcher passes it through. Goalkeeper's ball.
Actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pinch it or intercept so nobody can get in behind.
Bissabat's Costa! They've scored! The breakthrough arrives at last!
Looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning breakaway.
Sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Well, you have to feel a little for the player being taken off here. I think he's been made the scapegoat after that, but I guess something had to be done. I suppose it did need a little change.
Leicester take the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
He's looking to get there first.
Leicester are looking to make this one safe. They want to reduce the risk.
Tottenham have decided now is the time to make their final change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Looks to dink one in. Can he score? Superb from Diego Costa! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground, because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
Two up and very little time left. Surely this is it. Romario out to the flank. Oh, sweet feet. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Gorgeous control there. Looking for a decent ball in. Oh, the ball's come loose. And that is that. So they have their win. They had all the answers to whatever the opposition threw at them, and the result followed inevitably. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
What I most admire about this outfit is the cohesion and the willingness to work hard as a unit and getting behind the ball. Doing the ugly stuff, that's what gets you clean sheets and wins.
Well, thanks for your company, Jim, and a very good day to you. So a warm welcome to you all. We will be on the way very shortly once all the pleasantries are complete. And our live game is Leicester against Southampton. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Begley.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Vardy! An absolute thunderbolt! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy!
Unbelievable. Well, the whole idea is to start as you mean to go on, and that sets their tone beautifully. Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Leicester grab an early lead. Good start. Plays a clever pass. Thuram. Juan Mata. And it's Diego Costa. Forward it goes. Tries to dink it in. He's gone for it! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
Well, we're past the halfway point now, and still the perfect season is a possibility.
I can't believe we're even discussing this far into the season. It's a staggeringly good record, and the only concern I'd have is that injuries and a little fatigue could impact at some stage, but I sincerely hope not.
Redmond showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Back to the keeper and go again. Gets it upfield. Boufal looks to thread it through. Can he put it away? Wonderful from Eduardo!
Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they've perfected that on the training ground, because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. That was all very well drilled.
Southampton grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I think this is a case of anything you can do, we can do too. I mean, they're matching each other.
Shoots! And the follow-up! Strong punch. And it's Redmond. Boufal. That's a throw. Cuts it out. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Genuinely interesting game here. Very, very watchable. 2 goals, 1 each. They come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. There's the whistle then to start the second half.
Leicester clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
Hefty challenge, but fair enough. Mata shapes the shoots. Oh, surely that deserved better.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Eduardo, out wide to the right. Has a pop! Really well taken goal. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Lovely goal, perfect poise to set himself for the strike. Southampton get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack.
In he flies! Brave effort, total commitment.
Vardy instinctively knew that it was his best option. The planning beat the execution, though.
And that has been clubbed away. Vardy going through. Big chance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Southampton have come to the defence of their manager after he came in for some stick regarding some of his decision-making.
Yeah, but he brought the criticism upon himself by making substitutions that didn't really make sense. They added...
Can he score? And that could come back to haunt them.
Oh, that'll be a major disappointment for him. That should have got his team back in the game.
Changes here from both sides, in fact. So here he is, making his first appearance in new colours. Højbjerg, the final 5 minutes. Cut out in the nick of time. There's going to be another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Eduardo, it's Buffon. Can he finish? Wonderful from Eduardo! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Jim, your thoughts?
It's rarely a problem when that much time is afforded in the penalty box. Nobody sensed where the danger was lurking, and the finish was made a lot easier.
He's made it 3. Quite a day at the office for him.
That defence must be sick of the sight of him. He's been persistent and ruthless all game. He just hasn't stopped working.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Leicester are beaten. It is not the result they needed. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little...